whenever I was in college and I was feeling really stressed out and I was overwhelmed at times and I didn't like what the situation was, I would always say, what would I tell my future son? Because if I can't tell him to get through adversity right now, if I can't tell him to keep pushing through, if I don't live that, if I don't live through that, how am I gonna ever give him genuine advice one day to get through it on his own? So you gotta think, man, like sometimes you go through things and you don't know the reason at first, but it's not for right now. It's to help someone later, like your son or your daughter. Sometimes you're living through the toughest thing ever and you don't know why it's happening to you. But sometimes, guys, it's bigger than what you can even see right now. Sometimes your son gonna be looking you in the eye and say, Dad, how do I get through this? And then what are you gonna tell him when you quit before? What are you gonna tell him when you took shortcuts? That's the point, man. There's so much stuff that's bigger than you right now that you're going through for a bigger purpose than you can even imagine.
The thing I love about dreaming, it gives you a chance to visualize your future. So many of our dreams started in elementary school, high school, college. We all had big dreams. Some of us wanted to be entrepreneurs, doctors, CEOs, executives. Some of us had a dream just to be a mom and have a great family. You know what? I had dreams. I dreamt of playing in the NBA. And one day I found myself sitting on the bench at the University of Minnesota. Basically, my coach was telling me, Walter, you're not good enough. And the reality was I wasn't. But here's what I did. I had a choice. I could sit there and accept that as my lot in life, or I can do something about it. I decided to do something about it so my dream wouldn't die. I began to think. I began to execute. I began to transform myself until one day, guess what? My coach called my name and he said I was good enough and he began to play me. And before I knew it, I was a regular player and played a lot of minutes. And I kept thinking, I kept executing, I kept transforming. And one day the NBA called me and the NBA said, Walter, you are good enough. I started my motivational speaking business. The first time I spoke, I got paid $25 in gift certificates. And I just got voted one of the top motivational speakers in the world. Meeting planners said, Walter, you are finally good enough. I don't know what your dream is, but you know what? This website is designed to help you. Because wherever you want to be, wherever you want to go, the key is that you gotta become good enough. You gotta think, you gotta execute, you gotta transform yourself. So my job is to help you increase your value. I don't care where you are in life. I don't care what your point of reference is. We can help you increase your value. We can help you take your game to the next level. The only way I played in the NBA, I went to the next level. The only way I became an expert motivational speaker, specializing in peak performance. I understand what it takes to be a peak performer, and I can help you increase your value. You gotta think differently. You have to execute all the time, and that's when you will transform.
We stay ready for the same stuff we've been getting. But if you want to stay ready for new results, you got to do something new. That's the reality. Many of you came here and you like, yep, I'm going to stay ready. But you're not going to get new results. You're going to get the same readily results you've been getting until you change. So I'm telling you that you have to stay faithful. And this is when the rubber hits the road. It was hard. Let me tell you what I mean. It was, people see me now, they see me traveling, they see a few little videos, they see a couple books. Listen to me, I'm not that deep. I'm still figuring this thing out. I've been blessed because I've been putting forth the work consistently, but it wasn't always easy. That's the problem. A lot of y'all see E.T. and you see him in Egypt and all over the globe making major moves on TV and everything else, but you didn't see when he was lifting up the bin in the trash can. And he was like, am I going to eat this burger? Let me check on these fries. You didn't see when he was breaking in a window to get into an abandoned building. You see him now, but you didn't see him then. So for me, it was a very painful process. When that really, really great check came every 2 weeks, there was a certain level of comfort, but when that check stopped coming and things didn't work out how I expected it to work out, then I had to tap into that retirement. Yeah, corporate, yep, I had to tap into retirement. And when retirement was gone, I had to tap into that 401k. That one really hurt. Then when we ain't had nothing, that's when my faith kicked in.